I hope you can see me. I'm sorry that you can't get the full me, but it's really not that bright for me to be wearing these glasses. The sun's like over here. Hi, hello there. My hair is already poofy from when I flat ironed it, and that was about a week ago. Oh, would you look at that? I found my brother's Jhekhoos bag. It's a sports bag, so if you buy merch from him, get your own little free Jhekhoos bag. I think it's free. Hit me up. All right. Give a little promo in there. I made a Facebook post in the gym support group on Facebook. If you're not following it, we can't talk, guys. So I asked y'all, okay, let's address these. I'm gonna paint them when I get in. But I basically was looking for topics to connect with you guys because I just like connecting with people. So, I mean, physically and emotionally, you know, connecting. So 3 people, Mitch, Amadio, and my sister-in-law, had some things they wanted me to talk about. So we're gonna try and do our best to talk about them. And I think I'm gonna add one more. So the first thing, Mitch asked me my outlook on friendships and loyalty, and ways that I am loyal. And basically, like, what do I guess it's asking what I feel like loyalty is in friendships. I think being loyal is showing up. I think it's showing up for your friends, you know, having each other's back. Anything that they told you in private should be between you two. I don't think that you should be speaking on your friendships in a negative light to other people. Of course, vent if you got to, you know. Not everyone has fallen outs in friendships, but how to stay loyal, I would say, is to always be available to your other friend to communicate. Like, always communicate with each other, because without communication, a lot of disloyal things can happen. I don't know if I'm answering that correctly or if there is a correct way of answering it, but me personally, if you ask me, I can't say what your definition of loyal is, but I definitely think coming to an understanding with your friendships, understanding what they are and how they work, and asking, you know, it's pretty simple. Communicate with your friends. No matter how hard it gets, communicate. If you need to take a break, say you need to take a break, and then come back and communicate. Don't trash talk your friends. Staying honest as possible. Don't be negative towards your friends when they're not around and when they are around. And how am I loyal? I'm always there. I'm always there. As long as those boundaries are not crossed, be honest and open and communicate with new boundaries you have towards the friendship, because the longer the friendship, the more boundaries you're going to have, and, you know, different things are going to come up. So readjust, communicate, and talk to that person. Don't talk to nobody else. And if you're going to talk to someone else, don't be negative about your friend, dick. All right. Second one, Amadio says, understanding other people's interests. God, these aren't very specific. Okay. I think the best way to understand, I guess you're speaking in like their interests and hobbies and what they like and things like that. To understand their interests, I think the best thing you could do is learn about them. Learn about each interest that that person has and talk to them about it. 9 times out of 10, if that's their interest, their smile, their shine, you definitely get to understand how they love it. And if you're listening, they're telling you what it's about, how it works out. I hope that's answering your question. Yeah, research it. And also, depending on who the person is, if it's someone you're not very close to, you can always just research it yourself, you know. But if it's someone that you're close to and you just really want to understand why they love it and all that, the best thing you could do is listen, you know. I hope I'm answering these right, since they're so vague and there's not like a story behind them, like, hey, one time this happened to me, then I could be like, I got you. But hopefully that answers that. And last question or statement, I guess: learning to let people be who they are, meeting them where they're at, and respecting the process. Oh, this is a good one to end off on, because personal experience for this one. I've been on the end of needing to be left alone and on the end of needing to leave someone else alone. Okay, so this is one of these questions, kind of like the other one. It depends on who we're talking about, because you said learning to let people be who they are. What can I really say? I don't think you're asking me anything. I think you want me to elaborate and things like that. I know from the perspective of where I needed to be left alone, to be who I am, it was at a time where I couldn't find myself. I didn't know who I was. So I needed to figure out who I was kind of by myself, but I didn't. I thrived mostly on the support of others letting me do my own thing, but knowing that they let me do my own thing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you definitely want to let whoever do their own thing, but let them know, hey, I'm still here. I'm going to check in on you and things like that, because I still care. I think that's very, very important, because letting someone be who they are, if that's in a negative way, because they're not acting right or whatever, depending on who they are, if there's someone you're not so cool with anymore, or you're letting them go out of your life, or it's a family or close friend that you're not okay with what's going on, but this is a journey that they have to go on by themselves. I would say definitely let it be known that you're going to be here, but I'm going to let you do your own thing. It's such an important thing to do, because it makes them feel like there's a safety net. You know what I'm saying? If someone doesn't know where they are in life and they're kind of like confused and they're acting all types of ways because they don't know how to be, they're literally spiraling. And like I always say, don't deny people their rock bottom. Let them get to that place where they can no longer fall. They need to find themselves. But let it also be known that I see you cliff diving, and if need be, I'm your net. I'm hold up my hand, give you a parachute. I'm gonna watch you walk right back up, and you're gonna fall rock bottom, but you're not gonna break your neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that happen, but I am gonna let you go on this journey on your own. I'm here if you need me. Yeah. And then you said meeting them where they're at and respecting the process. That's very important, with whether it's a friend, old friend, a family member. I think it's so important to respect the process of other people finding themselves or figuring out who they are. It may look so gross and ugly to you from your perspective, but in their minds, it's so much more uglier. It's sorting it out. So when you're in your room and you've just been overwhelmed with all of this clutter and things like that, it's going to get super ugly. The outside perspective, when you walk in that door and you see someone like dumping out all their stuff just so they can go through it and figure out what they need and what they don't need anymore, and what they want and don't want anymore, that's kind of what they're doing in their heads and their hearts and their souls. So who are you to judge their process and what works for them and how they're going to organize their home? It's not about this is how you clean your home, or this is how you organize and this is how you're supposed to do it. I need to be able to know where things are in my house. They need to know where and how they want things going on in their minds and their hearts. So that's going to look different to me. And the process of getting there is crazy, but you got to respect it. You can't be going around saying, oh, look at what they're doing to get themselves right. Oh, look at, as long as their intentions are to get their own thing, whatever process it takes, know that that's the process that they need to take to get to where they're at. As long as you are not setting their stuff on fire. Everyone has their own process. So another thing I can add to that is, remember when you see someone in their process, remember your own process and how you got there. Or maybe you're not there yet. I think it's important that even if you haven't or aren't in the same part of life that other people are, who are you to criticize something that hasn't even happened to you? You can't. When you get there, it's going to feel a little different. Yeah. Okay. So one thing I want to add, that I hope that answered that. One last thing I want to add is, if you're dealing with depression or anxiety or anything mentally that where it's hard to get out of bed or it's hard to stay motivated, if you're dealing with anything like that, I deal with that quite a bit. I've learned recently that the days that I feel great, because there are going to be days that you're energetic and you're like, oh, I want to do this and I can do this and I can get that and I can get this done. Use those days to prep for the days that you're not going to want to do things, that you are unmotivated. Use that day to make those days easier and it will go a little smoother. And I just wanted to add that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if there's other things you guys need advice about or want to connect about or want to talk about or want to hear my perspective on in the comments below. Also, let me know what's your input on these things. What are you thinking? What do you think loyalty looks like, or your outlook on friendships and loyalty, or even family and loyalty? Understanding other people's interests and learning to let people be who they are and respecting their process and meeting them where they're at. Let me know. Love you guys. Bye.